Hey everyone, it's Dan here from the FMV Archive, and today we're talking about Nocturnal Whisper, the August 2025 release game with Felicia Day as the lead in this one. Mystery Science Theater 3000 nerds rejoice! Yes, this is Felicia Day, does a lot of really cool stuff, and this is a cool project as well. This game is a psychoanalysis game. Yes, you're the shrink and you're kind of putting Felicia Day through the ringer as she discusses a dream with you. The only other game that I can think is like true psychoanalysis game, and that's what it's kind of sold as, is Tender Loving Care, which is a choose-your-own-adventure movie. We did a full review of that, and we have the full gameplay. It's actually a movie of that. It's over 2 hours long here on our channel. It is insane. I totally recommend checking out Tender Loving Care if you haven't. But we're here to talk about Nocturnal Whisper. And this is a one-camera choose-your-own-adventure. It is just this. This is all you see. It is Felicia Day with this camera angle the entire time. I think one time she leans on a pillow. That's about as far as we get for action in this. You're interviewing Jennifer, who has come to you because you're the expert in dream analysis. She is having this weird dream with Santa Claus and an indescript bear. Sure, we've seen it before, but have we seen it with Felicia Day talking directly into a camera for 4 straight hours? I think not. Let us get into our 10-point system to see if this is a game that you should be adding to your library. I did see that this was on PlayStation Network. I got it on Steam. It was a couple bucks cheaper there. I also think it's on Xbox Live, but I didn't see it on iOS yet. Number one, the look and the graphics. This game looks nice. It is Felicia Day sitting there and it looks like to be a shrink's office. There's not one other shot in this. And the one thing I really don't like about this is they have the cover art for it is Santa Claus and a bear, and they look kind of ominous and it's cartoony. And when she's describing this dream to you, if they could have had a cartoon rendering of her dream so I could actually visualize it a little bit better, this game would have been way better if they would have added that. But there's none of that in there. So unfortunately, the look and the graphics, it's a 5. And that's only because it's well lit. I mean, it is what it is. It's a one camera, one shot movie, and it looks good the whole time, but there is not much to it. So we'll give you a 5 for the look and graphics. Gameplay. What is the gameplay on this one? This is pretty much a DVD game, I would like to call it, where you're just hitting next on your chapter button. That's all you're doing on this. Now you can say, hey, Dan, you're doing psychoanalysis on here. No, you're not. You're doing a trial and error of the words that they put up on a screen. You choose 2 of them to word associate a feeling. Father and bear. Oh, my dad gave me a bear when I was little. Mom and bear. My mom took me to the zoo. My mom loved the zoo, and we would always look at the bears. Video games and bears, and she will tell you a story about a video game and a bear. It doesn't matter which one you pick. All it does is occasionally a certain combination will unlock a new word for you to word associate with the other words in there. And that's all you do. It does not matter 1% the order you go in. It doesn't matter the order you do it in. You're going to get the same results and the same exact canned responses regardless of when you pick them or how you pick them. Gameplay is very bad here because it's just absolutely minimal and there's no psychoanalysis. So number 3, the story. You are Jennifer. You walk into this shrink's office and you're going to have her psychoanalyze your dream of a bear and Santa Claus. You want to get, I'm saying dream, it's a nightmare. It is haunting her. So she wants to get rid of this and she also wants to find out what the nightmare is actually stemming from. So you will get different words and you will put these together. And that's pretty much the story. That is just you trying to decipher her dream and figure out how to get rid of it. So the story here is pretty lame. We'll give it a 2 overall. Number 4, the dialogue. How is this paired out? Well, Felicia Day is really good in this, and she carries it, and the dialogue sometimes is really good. Some of the stories that she tells are really captivating and interesting, but at least a third of them don't matter at all to the game and really don't matter all to her personality at all. Felicia Day, big video gamer. She had that web series. It's escaping my mind. I'll put it on the bottom here. Great video game role-playing web series. I really like that. Codex, I believe is her name in that. She also did Mystery Science Theater 3000, like the ultimate in nerdom. So she has a comic book section there. She has a movies and TV section that you can ask her about. And I don't know if that was written specifically for her when she came on board, or maybe she added that. I don't know. I'd actually kind of like to know. I think that's interesting. But regardless, the dialogue is okay when it needs to be okay, but it's really boring for a lot of it too. So the dialogue is a 5. Number 5, the consequences of your choices. There is absolutely very little that matters with your choices. I guess you could say it unlocks the words, so it does matter which choices you pick, but you just get that randomly. It isn't like you're learning anything throughout the story and that makes you choose these two things that should go together. No, it is completely random. It is just some things obviously make sense when they're paired together, but from the stories that you hear, you're not like, oh, well, it's definitely these two things I need to connect. Nah, it's very random. It doesn't feel like that you're actually learning anything from these stories, and you start tuning them out, which is a terrible thing. First thing they'll teach you in film school is you can't be boring. This game is boring at a lot of times. The consequences make it boring. It's a 3 overall, and I think that is really stretching the rating system that we have here. But 3 overall for consequences. Number 6, the acting. It's Felicia Day. Just one-on-one with you this whole time. So if you don't like yourself some Felicia Day, you're not going to like this. I love her. I think she's great in this, and I think she really shows some things that she wasn't able to show in the other things I've seen her do work in. It's a 10 out of 10. Easily. She is superior in this. She is really good. She comes across as incredibly believable. Man, the stories that she tells are like, you really feel for her, and you really feel this is just somebody that is just going through a rough patch of having these terrible nightmares and just needs help. And you're there trying to help her out. She is really genuine in this one. Now, was she cast because she's kind of the queen of nerddom, or was she cast and they kind of added these nerdy stories into it, like the TV shows, the Star Trek references, the video game references, the RPG references? Did they add that after she logged on? Who knows, but it's good either way. Rachel Alig, I guess, that's how you pronounce her name. She's very brief in this. She's the psychiatrist. She sits down at the beginning and the end. She's on it for maybe 3 minutes. She is fine. But Felicia Day is here, and she saves the day for this game. 10 out of 10 for acting. Direction and cinematography. Again, this is all Felicia Day. This is all one shot. There is no direction. There is no cinematography in this one. I'm going to give it a 3. It should be a 0 because they really don't do anything. They don't add any vignettes of her telling these sometimes very interesting stories. But they do get a great performance out of Felicia Day, and the director has to take part in some of that, at least a little bit, so we're going to give you a 3 overall, but really, she could have filmed this in her study, in her house, and I wouldn't know, so not too much direction work here. Number 8, the music really doesn't come and play during the game. I think at the end there's a little bit, the music is minimal at best. It's a 3 just because it kind of exists, but this is not a game where you have music. Maybe the music would have added something, especially when they were telling these stories. So some are super light. 3 overall for music. Number 9, inventiveness. What is new in this game? Psychoanalysis is relatively rare in choose your own adventure games, which shouldn't probably be because there's a lot of different paths that you could go down with the mindset of people during a game. So I'll give you a couple points for that, even though Tender Love and Care did that about 25 years ago, and I would say did it much better. But still interesting, skipping around, choosing different things to get different responses. I wish that choosing those different responses actually mattered in the game, but it doesn't. So we'll give you a 6 overall inventiveness because you tried something that's a little bit unique and different. Number 10, fun. Probably our most important factor. How much fun is this game? It is not fun at all. It is boring as hell. It is 4 hours of Felicia Day just talking into a camera, and while she is great, while she is absolutely fantastic, while she does above and beyond what anyone else would have done in this role, there are still just very long swabs of this game that are just pulling your hair out, boring. I found myself not paying attention to a lot of them. There are some stories with her roommates in college that matter almost nothing, you learn a little bit about the character, but I'm here to analyze a dream that she's having, a bear and Santa Claus. Why are we talking about these things that don't matter at all? Why are we talking about going to a zoo at least 6 different times in this? I don't know, but I don't like it. 2 overall for fun. It really will test your patience. I think it's over 3 or 4 hours. It took a while to get. Might even put up the full gameplay here if you have the patience to skip through any of it. So our final score, 35. Not great. So the final verdicts. Is this a game that you should be adding into your Steam library or your PS5 library or your PS4 library for that matter? If you love Felicia Day, check it out. I mean, I really like her. I thought she was great in this. If you like conversation, this is a game for you. If you're not a Felicia Day fan and you don't just like conversations all that much, man, you're going to hate this game because it is all of those 2 things. With that said, there's probably a better one for you to choose. Dead Tape. We just played that. Great FMV game. That one is worth checking out. This one, save your money. Otherwise, thank you. Please hit like and subscribe so we can do more of these so we can maybe save you $15. Thank you. Have a good one.